2. Good morning. It is December 12th, 2024, Thursday morning. Time of day is 0:42 hours, or 00:42 hours, or 0 dark 42 hours, or something like that. 0:42 hours, all right? It's about 1:45 a.m., okay? Here, where I reside in, and I'm finally, like I said before, in New Jersey, the drone capital of the world, finally, it's good for something. New Jersey, oh my, New Jersey. New Jersey is one of our slogan. I saw this on T-shirts once. I swear to God, a few places actually. New Jersey, where the weak are killed, and eaten. Yeah, was it New Jersey, where the weak are killed and eaten, or maybe burned might have been there somewhere, but I know it was killed and eaten. That was just like a little oval. It's funny and a bit sad a little bit watching the talking heads on TV and the Congress people and the Pentagon and everything talking about this, and like they're not getting their way. It's funny when you see adult people who don't get their way, whether it's at Starbucks or this. Well, everyone handles things differently, but you just watch it and. I wonder, when everyone's going to put two and two together and realizes that they're not from here. Just look at the things that they said about these things, and the capabilities. You really think someone was storing an army of these things here and no one knew about it? And now they're operating them invisibly, I know it's probably scary or something thinking that, but that's only because of the bullshit movies that have been shoved down our throats about that, aliens and shit. All of them, always terrible and mean and just, no good, no good, no good. Yeah, I'm sure there is, but there's definitely good ones, It's gotta be. Anyway, this is my little speech there, because, well, I know a little bit about these drones, I think, because I was in and this goes back to my South Carolina 19 hours of missing time that I had. I was, officially reported, like, to the police and everything right down there for 19 hours. And I don't have a fucking memory of a second of it. Except when I woke up, I came to. And this is like my most intense thing I've ever happened to me. I've had a lot of things. I really got to get the backstory of this, but no, I don't. I'll just do a quick cliff notes like I'm doing. My girlfriend and I went down to South Carolina for a week, a vacation, a couple of years. The first year we were together, and drove all part of the day and night, through the night. We got there like 14 hours or whatever. And she, being a little bit more normal and stuff, was tired, wanted to go to sleep when we got there. Me, hyper, hell no, I got my money, vacation money, everything, cooped up in the car. I insist on going out on foot by myself, walking around, exploring, looking at the stores or whatever there, because I figure, oh, I see that store there, and I could remember how to get back to the hotel, you know. Not really on much sleep anyway. Okay, so fast forward, we do that. She tries to stop me. You can't, especially on bullheaded like that. I want to do something. So I went, and then somehow out there, you know, I got lost. And I was on foot, and I could, you know, might as well have been on Mars. You know, I had never stepped foot in this place, in that where I was in South Carolina, you know, ever my whole life. So I don't know nothing, you know, and I don't look like anyone really around there either. Let's remember that factor. And then I remember getting mad because she wasn't answering the phone, and you know, I remember like kind of yelling on the payphone on my cell phone. And then the last thing, right? And then I'm looking around. You know, like I said, I don't want to ask anyone where the fuck to go. You know, I don't know why, but I didn't. And you know, so I figured I'd just wait for her more or whatever, or try to figure out my way back there. And I saw, you know, a big tree line across from the lot that I was in the one store I just got out of, and by theory, from what I remember, the hotel was just a little bit past that, and maybe over to the right a little bit. You know, not too far. I was like, fuck it, I'm going in the woods, fuck all these people, I'm gonna, right, that's what then that was pretty much my last memory of walking towards the woods, or maybe just got into the wood line, and then no memory, nothing, out, gone. Now it gets interesting. And then I wake up, I swear to God, this is all true. I reported to the police, everything, but so it doesn't matter, I'm telling you. I woke up, I was in some sort of little vehicle type of thing that was in a tree. Let me repeat that. There's a little, my whole body was inside this little vehicle thing that was, no one was in it, just me, but really couldn't fit much more, maybe 1, 2 people, that's it. But it's empty, and my hand was in the back seat, and I was like in where the driver's seat would be, but there's no steering wheel. And the thing was like a Christmas ornament on the tree, like you put it on. It's like angling down, it was like in the branches. Now here's the real fucking fucked up thing about all of this. So I come to like this, looking at my hand. I have no idea where I've been, nothing, anything, you know. I go like this, I turn and I see, you know, the trees, the outline of this thing, and I look into it like where the fuck I'm in, you know, at, like, what the fuck, I look down and I'm completely naked. Except for my sneakers and my Archangel Michael pendant. When I saw that, right, all sorts of bells and whistles and everything started going off in me, and I didn't really panic, and I actually handled it pretty good. First thing, I had to get out of this fucking thing and get on the ground, you know, that was the first thing. Because what was running through my mind at that time, real quick, I couldn't, I'm trying to figure it all out. So I'm in a dark swamp, there's no one anywhere, it's just a swamp, you know, and this vehicle thing in a tree I just jumped out of, which I never looked at again. Because when I hit the ground, my feet, I'm telling you, as soon as I hit the ground, maybe a quarter of a second, I took off in a direction I was facing, like a fucking freight train on steroids and whatever else you could make it go faster. I didn't care. I was running for my life. I'm thinking. At that point, I'm thinking, oh, someone mugged me or did something or something, and they were having me out there, and they were going to kill me, or coming to, or they were around there or something, you know. I you know, that's at the meantime, I don't know where the fuck I'm going. It's the middle of the night. I'm naked now. I've been awake for I've been gone for 19 hours somewhere. Something. You know, my phone's gone, my money, wallet, everything's gone. You know, but I'm fucking. Oh, and I'm getting a little bit mad too, as all this is going through. A little bit of anger is like small in the beginning, after the freak out from landing, and then it's just, you know, slowly builds up in me. It's like my incredible Hulk anger, my Achilles rage. It's just unbelievable. But anyway, I was starting to get a little mad at all of this, you know, offended. Like, how dare someone, you know, try whatever I'm thinking in my head, you know. But I know I'm naked, and that's it. You know, I'm really not. This is not how you want to be, or anyway, especially fight if you don't have to. But so God was watching over me, everything. Archangel Michael, of course, was with me. But you know, I wasn't thinking that at really the time. You know, I guess I kind of knew, or they guided me, because that direction that I took off running. Without taking a second guess, just knew. And it was an eerie scene, you know, it was the moon, there was like this little island, like a little creek that went around this fort, like a little island way over there, and I was like on the bank, kind of this big bridge, and, you know, so, and I'm running through these fucking sticks and bushes and everything, whatever. I could have ran off a fucking cliff. I could have ran straight into, I don't know, but my life was on the line, I felt, you know, and I didn't give a fuck. I was going, I was hauling in, and I knew I was getting cut up and fucked up and shit, but I didn't, again, your life, so, and boom, and then there it was, like, not long, thank God, maybe a couple minutes, seemed like a couple of minutes, should have been longer, I don't know. But I ended up running straight out into a clearing, you know, out of the woods, right straight up. There was a road I saw up there, going the road, and then I noticed it was like, you know, it was like a highway. It was, yeah, not like a major crazy highway, but, you know, 2 lanes on each side, and, you know, cars were going forth, and there was lights every here and there. So I'm thinking, yeah, thank God, you know. And then I'm thinking, I'm fucking naked. What am I going to do? Run out to the side of the fucking road like this? And, you know, who's going to pick me up? You know? Shit, lucky if so, you know, whatever. But again, the instincts and other things took over and just guided me, you know, in the time of bad, and guided my body with that thought. And I just went, and at least I was safe out there, you know, from whoever was trying to get me, or whatever the fuck was, I don't know. And I just want someone to see me and get fucking a cop, something, and I got to get out of here and get back to my girlfriend in the hotel. And I went up to the road a couple times, like, you know, I can't tell them what happened. You know, I'm just some tattooed maniac naked on the side of the road, and I know this as they're going by. But, you know, I didn't care again, you know. God watched over me so much that that night. And then I guess someone called, and I saw an ambulance going down the other side of where I was. And then a cop pulled up, and then the ambulance a few minutes after him. And the cop, gets a little weird here a little bit too. So he comes over to me, you know, I'm standing there naked, you know, hello, you know. And I go right into it, and I tell him everything I just said there, but like really fast probably, and a couple of times. I pointed everything right there. In case you want to go investigate the fucking vehicle in the tree that I was in or something, like, I'm thinking, you know, now the cops here, we got guns, it's different, you know, I'll go back or whatever. So I'm telling him, he's like, looked at me, and I could tell what I'm telling him is going, one ear out the other. Like it's like he already knows the story, whatever that he's gonna say, or it was like that kind of attitude. And his first thing, he's like, "Yeah, do you know that?" After he asked me my name, he's like, "Do you know you've been on the missing persons list for 19 hours?" I almost got a little snappy. How the fuck would I know that? Come on. But people ask stupid questions. Sometimes it's best just to answer them and move them on. But no, I said, really? For a second, at some point, I was a little impressed. I was like, wow, that's a lot of missing time. I wanted missing time. I remember hearing about it, and now, fuck, I got 19 hours of it. And then, so I tell him my little tale. He's like, no. He's like, well, you know what's over there? Because my theory was, all right, there's guys who mugged me or something and dragged me out there or something. They're out there chasing me. I don't know. He's like, no. I was like, no. He's like, no, that's an alligator swamp. Right there where you just came out of. That's an alligator fucking swamp. So that got me a little bit, Okay. So meaning what? I chose to go fucking hang out naked in an alligator swamp? Is that what you're inferring, Mr. And then by this time, the ambulance guy comes up. He doesn't really, he didn't come really near me just a little bit, and he's just sitting there listening to us. And then finally, the cop says one of the second most best things, other than showing up. The second best thing he did and said after he showed up was, "Can we get him a blanket or something?" That was fucking awesome. And I got the fucking the little Rambo, that brown blanket thing, and I'm like, all right, little fuck. That's big being covered, man. Being naked out like that it was intense. Actually, but at the moment, I didn't give a fuck at all. At all. My adrenaline was so through the roof. Nothing could reach me. It was crazy. But so, and that's like pretty much. Well, not really. It's not. Well, that's the end of it. That particular events. Someone did, like 9 months or so later, report or call the local police department where I live here, saying they had my stuff, my knapsack and my wallet and all these things. They were found, up in the whatever woods I was in, South Carolina. They never gave me a police report. It's one of the only times I want a police report, and they dicked us around, and it was a day we're leaving, so fuck that. Didn't do it. And that's it. That. I think very much about this incident that happened. Right? This happened about 3 years ago. I had a bruise on the back of my leg from up here, like basically almost my whole hamstring. Looked like, you know what it looked like? It looked like if you took one of those paint rollers, the 12-inch paint rollers that you do a room, and you put that in brownish, gray paint, and just painted a big stripe across that of a bruise that I had. I don't know where I got it. I thought, somebody electrocuted me or something from the back, and I went out, and then they'd stolen the money. That was my thing, but that wasn't it. That didn't happen. I know that. I don't know what happened. That's the fact, unless, I have to get the hypnotized, the reverse thing. I'm sure it'll come out then. Because I like I said, I think a lot about it. Learned a lot from it, too. But, here's a thing that now I'm thinking maybe it wasn't bad. Okay, fuck, let's go with the longest thing. It was a uh, extraterrestrial, brother, Palladians or something, or Arcturians, or it's just a light swing by and saw me and the rest down there and said he's a good guy, and they picked me up and you know helped me out, whatever, got me out of there and dropped me back down, and didn't hurt me or anything. Uh, just this is just some, I guess, because I have something to support this, because it happened to me, all right? So I fucking know. Because for 19 hours that I was out, right? Now, mind you, I had just come in off of 14 hours of driving with no sleep or nothing up there, no eating, nothing. And then I go out, and then whatever fucking happens, and I go out for 19 hours and come to. Shouldn't I be dehydrated? Shouldn't I be really, fucking from not eating almost a day? Over a day. I want to be those two at 19 and 14 and all that, right? If I was on my own, or if a negative thing had me or something, and they, didn't care, or it was something good that hydrated me and treated me and stuff like that. Because when I came to from maybe it was my own little vehicle or something, I felt great. I felt supercharged. There was nothing. I wasn't thirsty. I wasn't hungry. Nothing hurt. I felt like I just woke up, from like a long sleep. I was ready to go. So that was my first big ha-ha moment after studying it for a long time in my head. Like, okay, maybe something doesn't have to be bad, just because I lost my wallet in the process or something. And my medications and shit. It was a big deal afterwards. I had to call the doctors and all that. But so tying back to the beginning of what I was saying about the drones, how I know about the drone because I was in one. Well, I don't know what I would, if it was a drone or not, because I'm so pissed. Like I said, I never looked over my shoulder to look at it. Again, I hit the ground and I fucking ran like fucking, man, holy shit. I ran like a faster than the Roadrunner. And so that's one of the more intense, no, it's the King story I have. No, it's not. She got something over it, but some things are not for telling ever. And with that, my friends, I was going to say more stuff, but I don't know, I got into that whole South Carolina thing. But, I do it every now and then, rotating and throw it up in my head and think all the facts and everything, because every now and then I glean something or I put something together or whatever with it. Because it was weird, really weird. And here's the last thing I'll say about this, and then I'll shut up and go. About 1 to 3 months before this vacation we left, it was in July, I was watching something on Ancient Aliens on TV, and it was about, UFO abductees and things like that, both positive and negative. And I thought I've seen a few and this and that. And at that point, I'm like, and I know I have, but I thought I'd be involved because they're going to give you the things, a questionnaire, and see if it applies to you and all that. And like, okay, the number one top thing, pretty much the only thing that matters. If you don't have this, forget it. They've never been taken or nothing. They're not even interested in you. They don't like you, was missing time. And when I heard that in the Ancient Aliens, I'd never heard that term in my life before. I was like, if my head hurt a little bit, right? Missing time? What's that? Ooh, I'm intrigued. What is it? I'd never heard of it. Well, we don't know what it is. It's missing time. You don't remember anything. You don't know. And a lot of the times, it happens to people, but there's other people around, or cameras, or things, and they see, and then you can derive kind of what happened much more better. But when you're by yourself in the woods, several states away, in an alligator swamp. Oh, and I had another little souvenir from that. I didn't finish saying the thing about the Ancient Aliens. So, I was bummed out because I didn't have Missing Time. I never heard of Missing Time. I had nothing, any experience even close to that. So I was like, fuck, all right, well, whatever. I want some, I'll get it, or something, And then I forgot all about it. I remembered it. I remember for 1 or 2 seconds in my crazy mind when I was running through the weeds. But now you got your Missing Time. And I believe having humor and stuff, even in a situation like that, is not even a good idea. Well, you can't plan it, but it's so good because it gives you, a break from the tension of whatever you're stressing for, running for your life, or you don't know. So always eat your Wheaties and take your vitamins. Go to bed early. So, never mind. I'm shot. I have done so. Be strong, get power, go over.